What is good, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Happy New Comic Book Day. And boy, is it a new comic book day ever. Ho, ho, holy sheet. What did Andy buy? Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Special announcements coming. Good golly, Miss Molly, it is Wednesday, New Comic Book Day. If you're excited about every Wednesday and all the new comic books coming out, you're in the right place. It's time to hang out, unwind, recharge those comic collecting batteries, and check out pickups for New Comic Book Day. Did I have a favorite cover of the week? Did I have a favorite read of the week? Did I have a spec play this week? Tune in, hang out, let's find out. Let's talk about it. But holy shit, was that a ton of comic books this week? I was not anticipating this big of a week. This week is massive. It is certainly massive. But thanks for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you know when new content's dropping, because we are on the journey to 1,000 subscribers, and we are getting close. So that video will be dropping. You will not want to miss that video when that drops, and that'll be the video guiding you on how to enter the Comic Man 80 Slabaganza giveaway. Say it with me, Slabaganza giveaway. So hit that notification bell. Don't miss out on the Slabaganza giveaway journey to 1,000 subscribers, because that is coming down the pipeline soon. Second big announcement, download the Whatnot app on your phone and join me Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, for my first ever live auction and sale on the Whatnot app. I'm super excited about that. I've been loading books up there on this afternoon on the Whatnot app, getting ready for that, getting some slabs logged in there. Now it's time to start pulling through some of the raw books and start lining up some auction lots, some sweet Star Wars stuff, and some other cool stuff. So be there. Check it out. Hit that follow button. Hit that bookmark button for the Whatnot app. And speaking of the Whatnot app, Skeff's Comic Knowledge will be having his first auction there on Saturday as well. So let's hit up this chat and get into these books here in just a minute. Oh, we've had people tailgating already. Paul Dunn, hey-o, what is good, man? Good to see you. X11 Bravo, thanks for being here, man. Greetings, all. Did you get Static? I did not get Static. And I'll tell you why. There's almost 3 times as many books as I want to be buying here in this stack. Almost 3 times as many. So I left books behind at the LCS today that I didn't want to, including a Star Wars book. Oof. So I'll get into that here in a little bit. Stoutman, hello, all. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Who else we got hanging out? Mishu Seaman, good to see you, man. What do you call a cow that plays the guitar? And I feel like Stoutman got that one right and came right back with the musician. That joke was an utter disaster. Oh, boy. It is a stack. It is a massive stack of books. My wallet went Brzrkr today. Wondering if you guys were in on the Brzrkr train, too. I'm not hearing a lot of people talk about Brzrkr anymore. So you know what that means? Hype dies down. People stop talking. People stop ordering books. What does that mean? Print runs get smaller. I don't know if that's going to happen with Brzrkr, but it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. So, absolutely. Skeff's Comic Knowledge is here. Someone got a new intro. I got a couple of little things I've been playing around with, man. Thanks for being here. Hope to see you this weekend on the Whatnot app. Saturday, 8 p.m. Skeff's Comic Knowledge on the Whatnot app. His first live auction going on. That's a bigger stack than your wife's ever seen. You are not wrong. Boy, you're not wrong. Nottingham was Skeff's spec play this week. I did not see Nottingham anywhere. And once the first issue dropped and I missed it and I didn't get any of the reprints on that, I just kept rolling on and just decided not to order any of those. I can only so much. I can only pick up so much and pay attention to so much and read so much. But yes, that's how it is. Hey, Mom, how's it doing? How's it going? Hey, Shiza, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I will call you. Not tonight, but I will call you tomorrow. Trust me. Andy, have you ever read Brzrkr? I have, and I did read today's issue, and I cannot wait to dig into this pile. Hey, Stout Man, that's a lot of books. This is honestly, let's dig this out here. Here's the first stack. That's the first stack. And the second stack right here is that. And there's DC books in here as well. This is probably the most books I picked up on a Wednesday ever, actually, now that I think about it. Holy chat jump. Let's keep going here. Super excited to watch you. Ooh, I hope you didn't stuff a dollar bill anywhere. Hold on. Here we go. And then he says, to learn. Cosmic Campfire, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Happy new comic book day, man. Who else? Goat99, thanks for being here. My in-laws gave me static every Sunday. Well played. Well played. Zuni, a little fist bump action, man. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Come on, mama. What's up, Paul and Skeff? How's it going? I'm going to keep chuckling at that static joke the whole night. I feel like, man, there's one more book I really, really wanted to pick up, but I set a limit for myself this week and trying to get it. I did not set a limit, but there were several books that I left behind simply because of the sheer amount of books that I had pre-ordered that I had asked for. Holy moly. Brzrkr 1 5th print comic. Oh, the Brzrkr 5th print's coming. Ooh. Boy, oh boy. 3 more subs to hit 900. Absolutely X11. Bravo. It's almost there. It's very cool. Hey, 5,300 for a dummy from the Twitch side of the family. Good to see you. Thanks for being here and thanks for hanging out. Consider hopping over onto the YouTube side, hitting the subscribe button, hitting that notification bell, and getting ready for content to drop, especially the big Slavaganza giveaway coming up, that journey to 1,000 subscribers. You can help be a part of that as we push forward and get that stack of slabs ready to give away. Absolutely. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream, man. You are welcome. Skeff's Comic Knowledge. Yes, absolutely. I'm still trying to get approved for the app. Don Davis, it takes a bit of time, but I'm looking forward to seeing you on there. I've been watching a lot of those auctions. Those have been a ton of fun. And you see some great deals happening on there. She's a new nickname at work. Yeah, I don't know. My niece likes Spider-Man. Yeah, a lot of people like Spider-Man. I am not the biggest fan of Spider-Man. I like the tertiary characters a little bit more than Spider-Man, but hey, Slim Comics and more. Hey, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Perry Comics, I'm honored. Perry's here. Peeping Perry's people in the people chat. Peeping people. Yes, exactly. Good to see you, man. So we're going to dive into these books. I don't have the dual camera set up tonight. Just the one computer running, just the one camera set up. And like I said, there are DC books to be had. Absolutely. You opened up YouTube on the phone, but don't see me. So if you search Comic Man Andy anywhere on YouTube, you should eventually find one of the videos that will lead to the channel. It's Comic Man Andy as in one word, or you can search it in the 3 words. Should be able to pop right up with one of the videos, sometimes on Simpleman's Comics channel. But yes, thanks for searching, man. We will get you there. You can find my IG account in the show description down below as well. You are all you're subscribed to the Whatnot app, ready to see what you have to roll out. I've got about half the slabs loaded up on there now, and then the raw books will be loaded up later. But DC books, here we go. 8 minutes in already. I got to get into some books. Obviously, the 0 Point book, picking those up for a coworker, adding those to the stack, throw them in a bagging board, bring them to work tomorrow. She will be happy to see those. Glad she's still collecting them because I'm seeing a ton of them everywhere else and nobody else is collecting them. And then this variant cover is sick. Very cool. Is that supposed to be like a dead Spider-Man they're holding on to? Wait. Nope, it's not. Maybe? I can't tell. Oh, it's probably a Fortnite character, actually. So those. And then the last one. Probably, I think, the best cover out of the 3. Very cool. She'll be happy to have those. Always happy to add my friends' comics to my pull list and pick them up off my discount and then just bring them into work for them. That's it for DC. No static. I stood there and stared at the stack of static books and said, I should probably pick it up. I thought about it as a spec play maybe, and I'm like, DC spec plays very rarely pan out. Very rarely do they pan out. And they're like flashes in the pan, so to speak, for DC books. So it's kind of like I already had way more books than I wanted to pick up anyways at all. So it's like I walked away from that. That variant cover I almost bought on that variant cover because there were quite a few there. That was pretty good looking. Moving on to Marvel books, though. Alien #4 is out. And speaking of which, what's also out is Alien is coming off my pull list. That's out of my pull box. I'm if I can hopefully remember to drop this off my pull list tonight or tomorrow, Alien, this is, I guess I just had hope for it to be translated a little bit differently on page. I was really excited as a huge fan of the Aliens movies. I'm like, this is going to be great to read a comic book about the Aliens franchise, the Alien series. I'll cut right to it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm kind of bored reading Alien. It's kind of boring for me. It's just not my jam. It's not my cup of tea. That being said, I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that really enjoy this, and that is great. I'm not enjoying it. So that's four some odd bucks that I should really save and not pick up books that I just am not looking to continue reading. So next up, Marvel Star Wars 14. Okay, Lando on the cover and Chewie leads a little bit to what's being told in the story. I'm digging all of the Star Wars titles, and I'm reading all of the War of the Bounty Hunters tie-in stuff. So this is a pretty good. It's kind of like this week. I'm waiting for these books to jump out and slap me right in the face and just wow me. This one was okay. I'm glad I picked it up. I'm not going to drop it off my pull list. I'm going to keep all the Star Wars stuff on my pull list. But I kind of wonder if, because there's so many titles being tied into this War of the Bounty Hunters, there's so much kind of going on that each kind of book has less of an impact on me now than it did if it was a standalone single series or something like that. So I wasn't quite as wowed as I thought I might be. Next up, that's it for Marvel. We are moving right on to Image. Radiant Black issue 5 is out, and this issue is pretty damn good. There's quite a bit of brawling. I read it a little faster than I should have, so I'm gonna have to sit down and reread it again. But there's first appearances in this, so this will be, if this run or this series ever takes off, issue 5 will be an early key in that series. Moving right along, still with Image, Stillwater number 8. I don't know how I feel about Stillwater now. I don't know if it's just because it's been so long since I've read it, or maybe I forgot to finish reading issue 7, but where this one picks up off of, I'm kind of like, wait a minute, what happened? And it's pretty interesting. Kind of trading of the sheriffs, and oh man, I've already forgotten about it. I'm trying to read too many books in one afternoon. I'm still keeping this on the pull list. I think this is going places. Chip Zdarsky's probably one of the top 5 or 6 writers that I like to read. Still with Image, speaking of great writers out right now, Time Before Time number 2, Declan Shalvey. This was the book that I was really excited about on Comic News Weekly on Simpleman's Comics channel. We talked about, hey, what titles are you excited for this week? This is the one I picked, Declan Shalvey. I'm a big Declan Shalvey fan. Issue 1 had some parts to it where I'm like, okay, this could be really good. Issue 2, I'm like, okay, now we need to crap and get off the pot and move to issue 3 and let's find out what's really going to happen here. Find out more at what's play. There wasn't a lot of advancement in the story. Lots of back and forth. I'm starting to see with the time travel, if he's not careful in the way he delivers the story with the time travel, it becomes this ping pong ball volley back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It can almost turn itself into a metronome, so to speak, with the story, which can be a little off-putting for me. But that's staying on the pull list. I did enjoy that. I was really excited to see that one come out. And it kind of landed right a little ahead of the middle of the pack for me this week. Next up for Image, and this is the last Image book actually, is, I'll say it every time it comes out, The Walking Dead Deluxe number 17 is out. Amy's almost getting chopped and hacked up in this issue, and she fights back, and you see a pretty horrific side of Rick Grimes come out, right? So to see this in full color, I'm enjoying this issue to issue. These issues, actually, now that I'm rereading them, are a lot more wordy than I remembered them being when I first read them. And I'm like, okay, this will be a good quick read. And I'm sitting down, I'm like, well, this is kind of dragging, taking a little bit longer. Kirkman really works to deliver this story, and this actually is wordier than I thought it was going to be. But I'm still digging this in full color, living in this issue to issue, and seeing Rick Grimes really let loose and, I don't want to say take control of the situation, but he goes all out. He goes berserker and loses it after the incident that happened in the last issue with those 2 girls. So I'm excited to see the next one come out and just keep going issue to issue, because at issue 17, we start hitting, Michonne shows up in 19, if I remember right. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember if it was 19, 20, or 21. We start getting into some really heavy storyline stuff after this arc or at the tail end of this arc, and stuff gets crazy. Do you guys remember what happened with Michonne in this story arc? Oh man, bone chilling stuff. So I cannot wait to see that next issue drop. That will be in another 2 weeks. It's every other week, I think, that's dropping. So moving on from Image, on to IDW. Star Wars The High Republic Adventures hit my pull box. I almost put it back. I almost asked to put it back. But I pre-ordered this issue. And funny thing is they didn't put the ratio variant in my pull box. And I pre-ordered that as well. But walking around on the wall, I saw it. And when I had that choice, do I grab that ratio variant? Nope. That was another 10 or so bucks that I just couldn't fathom spending today because, like I said, I got way too many books. So I didn't want to miss out on the story of this. It's gone on the reading pile. I haven't read it yet. We're going to see where this is going here soon. And that's it for IDW. That's it for Image. That's it for IDW. Last book in that stack, because we're getting ready to start another stack, moving pretty quickly today to get through these books. AWA Upshot, The Resistance Uprising, 3 of 6. I didn't read it. I'll tell you why. This is hitting the reading pile because of the fact that I actually listened to a couple of people talking about this releasing today. AR Comics and I think a couple other people are catching their content, and everybody's kind of in agreement. If you missed volume 1, volume 2 is a little bit harder to follow. So I'm like, okay, we're not too far in. It's only issue 3. Let me stop and go back and finish reading all of volume 1 and then hop back on this. So this will hit the reading pile, hopefully get read this weekend or beginning of next week. At least I didn't miss out on it because my LCS doesn't get a lot of AWA titles or issues on the shelf. So those ones definitely need to be on the pre-order list to make sure that I do get them. And let me hit up this chat really quick with everybody rolling in before we get into the last stack here. One more stack of books. And those will go really fast here. So I saw some people floating in and want to say hi again to everybody. Oh, boy. All I see is Jimmy Fallon and Conan O'Brien. Interesting. I think he's searching YouTube for this channel, Comic Man Andy. Either way, Static was good. Little I didn't like, but overall, I'm going to add it to the poll. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. I'll look into that. I'm still going to look into it. It's just couldn't add another book to the stack today. Steve White, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Phil from CTW and Spine Ticks. Hey, man, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Happy New Comic Book Day Wednesday. Yes, good evening, everyone, and happy New Comic Book Day. Ooh, what do you feel about the 5 levels of leadership? There are 5 levels of them, and they're about leadership. So there you go. Paul Dunn says the kids. Ooh, allergies are still kicking in. My nose is still itching this week. Oh, and here he is, station, everyone. Everybody, please welcome the great Herminio Reyes Jr.'s in the house. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Oh, boy. Just finished Radiant Black 5. Not as good as 4. Still don't understand why 1 through 3 exists. This has not been a good run. I'm interested in it. I can see how others might not be interested in it. I think this could go places, but it could also fall flat pretty quick, too, if not written or handled very well. You know what I mean? Better than toilet water. Uh-oh, what did I miss? What's better than toilet water? Oh, Stillwater. Stillwater is definitely better than toilet water, I'll tell you that. Oh, no, I hope Stillwater does not fall off a cliff. I don't know. I don't think it will. It's Chip Zdarsky, right? I don't think it'll fall flat. I just need to stop and go back and reread issue 7 and then get back into 8. It's sometimes I get a little disconnected between issues when you're waiting 3, 4, or 5 weeks. And then if there's delays, it makes it even worse. Yes, Perry, Static should have been an easy home run, but it's a little weak in the legs out of the gate. Hope it irons out. Okay, interesting. Pinky smash that like button. Hulk smash and Wolverine slash that like button. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. There are 16, 17 people watching, and there's 16 thumbs up. Thank you very much, everyone. Have everyone enjoyed him on art with Warren Ellis books. Curious to know how Shelby rates. So Shelby has a trade paperback out called Bog Bodies. That was a fun read too. Bog Bodies was pretty good. And so far, Time Before Time, it's only 2 issues in, so it's really hard to say how that's going to turn out. I liked issue 1. Issue 2 hopefully doesn't drag into issue 3, and issue 3 doesn't drag. Issue 3, something needs to pick things up a little bit there. But who else we got hanging out here? Time Before Time, number 1 was solid stuff and got to number 2. It's sitting here waiting for me. Yes, absolutely, man. Chat jump hole. Here we go. Canadian Comic Corner. What's good, Andy and everybody? Thanks for being here, man. Good to see you. Steve White. I'm in agreement with Steve. Gotta love The Walking Dead in color. Absolutely, man. They're releasing another mini in September in the Resistance universe. I think it's called Telepath. Oh, okay. Very cool. So yeah, I definitely need to go back and reread, finish reading volume 1 and then get into volume 2. C-List E-Man, what it do? Good to see you. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate your time. Welcome to the Comic Man Andy Comic Cave Comic Dojo. Sit back, hang out, join this comic collecting journey and adventure. Like I said, stay tuned for that Slabaganza giveaway video announcement. Hit that notification bell and look for that. I'm hoping to get that done in the next week or so. I know I've said that the last couple of weeks. It's been busy, but that one won't take long to record and it won't be hard to get that to set up. Shortest term yet. Yep, we are moving right along. It's already 20 minutes. I still have half my books to go through. Those will be a lot quicker, though. Static was the best book this week. They did an awesome job modernizing it. Okay. Oh, Steve White said it, man. That are the magic words.
I love gold.
Absolutely. So let's clear these books and let's keep moving right along and get these set up for a quick, easy recap here in just a minute. So we are on the last stack of books, and boy, this is going to go fast. Oh, boy. Brzrkr 2, third print, I think it was. That was in my pull box, and I'm like, do I really want that? I don't know. I didn't leave it behind. I'm pretty much grabbing everything Brzrkr-wise that hits my LCS so that I don't miss on a lot of stuff. I'm not partaking in the store exclusives because I'm grabbing so much of everything else. Issue 3, cover A. I sat down and read it. I was honestly a little disappointed that they spent 3/4 of the issue in the same environment / universe / storyline of where we were at in issue 2, considering this is a mini series that was supposed to be 6 and I think is now stretched out to 12 issues. They're going to stretch this situation out to 12 issues. I don't know. All right. So granted, finally you got to the last quarter of the issue or the last whatever of the issue, and we get back to a little bit more storyline that I was looking for. I think they just over-explained too much from issue 2 into issue 3, drug that on a little bit long. It's a great, fun, gory ride, though, and the tail end of the book does deliver more back into that storyline that I'm interested in reading. So there's cover A. I'm honestly getting a little bit disappointed in the covers coming from Brzrkr. These covers with these things should be a lot more grand in my opinion. This week there are some grand ones, but here we are. Correct me if I'm wrong here. This is the Decal variant. Decal, D-E-K-L or something like that, if I remember correctly. This one wasn't too bad, but they're very like monotone or mono. Like cover A, lots of gray. This cover, lots of red. The other cover, lots of pink. It's like, okay, I get it, but like, can we explore the color palette? Can we explore the color wheel in some of these covers? Now, granted, moving right along, because cover A was all silver and all gray in color, that means there's a foil variant. Hello there. Oh, I love me some foil. So the foil does look really good on here, and it's not anywhere near as boring as the other cover A. But you know I had to grab every foil cover, right? Which means the Decal variant is also a foil, and now that is looking killer. That is looking killer. You got the copper tones, you got the red tones, some orange in there. Just the way that the light hits that foil, that is super cool. So we're going to continue moving along quickly on these books because most of you are probably aware of all the variants that hit for this. And the 1 in 25 Grandpa. Yeah, not really feeling it, but I'm not going to leave it behind considering I'm trying to grab all of the covers that are hitting the LCS. Oh, yep, we're running out of room already. So that means we're on to the 1 in 50. So wait a second. A 1 in 50 is pretty much a cover swipe of the other one, minus the foil, minus the trade dress? Come on now. Wow me. Wow me for a 1 in 50. Please wow me for a 1 in 50. I mean, they're not skyrocketing price. All these variants I'm grabbing them all. They're not stupid expensive grabbing them for my LCS. They seem to be kind of pricey on eBay right now in the first day when they drop or the pre-orders leading up to that. But then once the actual physical copies hit the market, the secondary market is pretty much trending downward on a lot of these Brzrkr books. They don't look like good buys if you're paying full price by any means. So my spec of play of the week is buy the Brzrkr books on the downward trend for the lower price. I'm lucky enough to get these for really cheap at my LCS. The 1 in 25. Now we're talking. Now we're getting into some wow territory. We have the 1 in 25 Frizzen with the blood swipe on there. Okay, now we're talking. When you get Frizzen in on this, now we're talking. Which means after the 1 in 20 is the Frizzen 1 in 50, and I'm just going to cut right to it. Frizzen 1 in 50, and now the Frizzen 1 in 100. Okay, wait, why are we still using the same cover? Frizzen 1 in 100, but why are we making 3 different variants with the exact same cover? Why? Please, why? I'm a little frustrated at the same cover multiple times on the same day on the same release. I'm still going to grab them, though, because I think Brzrkr is a good long-term hold book. Long-term, like way long-term. Like when Keanu gets to that point where they're doing a movie of this. Long-term hold. That's why I'm grabbing these books. That's my spec play. Buy them on the downward trend on the low after the secondary market gets flooded and people don't want to hold on to them. I'm buying these books to hold them for long-term. But I'm actually kind of frustrated with the same cover repeatedly for 3 or 4 different variants. Come on. But you know what clears up that frustration a little bit? Holy sheet, foil 1 in 250. Virgin variant, Jenny Frizzen. This one is going directly to CGC. Well, it's probably going to get a solid clean, potentially a press. I got to get the fingerprint. If there's fingerprints on there, I want them off of there. This is going to look absolutely stunning in a slab. When it comes to Brzrkr books, the 3 Brzrkr books that I think they're going to stand out on top over time, as of right now on this issue, the 1 in 1,000 variant, whether it's signed or not, is going to stand out. The 1 per store variant from number 1 is going to stand out. And then I feel like this 1 in 250 is going to be another one that stands out. How many people have actually already dropped off of Brzrkr, and how many people are not buying Brzrkr, and how many of these copies, how many of these did not get printed when if everybody stayed on, they would have? I think the print run's going to start trending downward, and they're getting a lot of these books returned back. So, I mean, it's going to take 6 months before we start to see what this book could really potentially be worth. Asking prices on eBay for this, we're trending at that ratio mark of 225 to 250, give or take. I think there was like 1 completed sale for just over 200 recently. Some pre-order sales from a month ago or maybe 6 weeks ago that were around that $100 range. Not a lot of movement on this book. I do not see many people talking about this all. And with foil fever pretty much spreading across the collecting community with a lot of fans like me and foils, this is a book that stands out that I definitely want in my collection. I'm glad I grabbed it, and I did not miss out on this. It's going to look stunning in a CGC case. And I think when everything is said and done and everything's returned, well, how many of these are actually going to be out there? Not anywhere near as many as the first issue, question mark, because now I'm just theorizing and pulling thoughts out of my tailpipe because I don't really actually know what's going to be truthful about this. And I don't even know how to fathom what the print runs are going to be. All I know, Jenny Frizzen and foil equals fire. Look at Something Is Killing the Children and the Frizzen covers and the foils on there that were sleepers for a long time. And then finally really started heating up and started getting really hot. Yeah, don't know if this is going to carry true with Brzrkr, but this I feel like is going to be one of the covers that's going to stand out. Probably, I think out of the whole Brzrkr run, when they're all said and done with the 12 issues and all the variants are out, I think there will probably be 5 books that stand out to collect that actually hold some value, and I think this is going to be one of them. So definitely glad I grabbed that. But to get to that point, I had to pretty much buy a lot of the other ones, and I'm like, why are there 3 or 4 of the same cover? You throw a little blood on it, cool. You remove the trade dress, okay, I like virgin variants, but then a foil virgin, then a trade dress version, then a non-trade dress version, then a blood sweat. I'm like, it's the same cover. Come on. I'm frustrated at myself for spending that much money on a run of books on a Wednesday that I really didn't need to. But I pre-ordered them to try to get a shot at that 1 in 250, and my LCS only got 2 copies. So That means they ordered 500 books. Who knows how much they're going to eventually send back. Either way, I'm frustrated myself for letting myself get so far ahead on my ordering and my pre-ordering that now I'm pulling and ordering more than I really should need to. I'm running out of storage room here. I'm running out of storage room. So let me roll into some announcements. It's been half an hour. Thank you everybody for hanging out here. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, join the comic collecting adventure that is the Comic Man 80 Comic Cave Comic Dojo. Like I said, I'm running out of room, which is why I'm checking out the Whatnot app, and I'm going to do my first live auction this Friday night, 8 o'clock. I've got a ton of Marvel team-up stuff. I've got some Star Wars stuff that I can let go of that's not part of my PC. There are 40 short boxes here of raw books that I'm sure I can put together 2 and 4 book great packages. I've already preloaded a handful of slabs on there. If you go onto the Whatnot app right now and you search hashtag comic books, and you go to that bar that shows set up live shows, you scroll through the rest of tonight's ones, you scroll through all the Thursday ones, you scroll into the Friday ones, and you'll see mine scheduled for 8 o'clock. You can hit the follow button from there for me, and you can hit that bookmark button down there, and you can actually check in on that and see as I load up those books and I load up these auctions, because it's time to start selling stuff, starting these auctions at $1 and just moving some great stuff. And it sounds like their shipping options, their shipping situation or shipping management system, if you will, is actually really awesome. So I'm excited to try that out. I'm actually excited to hop on Whatnot and buy something and experience it from the buyer standpoint as well. So there's a couple of announcements. I'm going to hit up this chat again really quick. We're approaching 30 minutes. I'm going to close this out here in another 10 or 15 minutes so, and go over those announcements again here just a little bit. Where did we leave off? Here we go. Don't let that gold guy near C-3PO. It could get ugly real quick. This is true. Allergies are still getting me. I'm on the mend, flushing these allergies out, but as you can hear, still kind of getting me. You have way more than 12 issues. We have a plethora of issues between the two of us, man. So it has the same pacing issues as Brzrkr 1. Yeah, I would actually agree with that. I hope they I hope they iron this situation out and actually come on. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. They can iron this out and they can deliver another level of a story. I'm enjoying the flat out bloody gore fest action show that it is, but like it drug through issue 2 and issue 3 drug a little bit. I digress. We'll get back into that here in a little bit. But Comic Man Andy, yes, Shattered Glass Comics Review. Good to see you, man. I love foil. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for stopping by. Glad I got off at the end of number 1 then. I'm glad I stayed on, but I'll be honest with you, there's way more. I'm half a short box so far of Brzrkr books, and we're only on issue 3. Half a short box has got to be like 50 books. Urgh. Well, that and some of those foil ones for issue 1 were really thick too. This is Boom now. Yeah, I hear you, man. About to check out Venom. I skipped over Venom. I'm kind of Venomed out right now. I know Ryan, our bro Ryan, is probably going to hate me for saying that, but I'm Venomed out right now. So I'll potentially return back to it depending on what a lot of you in the community say, and we'll see what happens. But did you do it? Did I do what, man? Oh, did Shattered check out Venom? Vincent McLean, the comic machine. What's good, buddy? If you guys haven't checked out Vincent's Monday Night Jibber Jabber, head back there. Check that out on the rewind. It was a great show. Did I get the 250? Oh, yeah, I'm just catching up with the chat. So, yes, there it was. I did do it. I did get the 250. You're doing time in the Frizen prison. That is a good one. The Frizen covers I like. The Frizen foils are even better. Absolutely. Brzrkr D's nuts. Yes, we already did. Brzrkr went my wallet. Absolutely. Frizen did an amazing Catwoman cover for a Slap On series today. Ooh, Ram V killing it. Interesting. Gotta look into that. Frizen's Catwoman stuff. Yes. Absolutely. That is killer. Walter Cruz, thanks for being here. Good to see you, man. Dank Comics in the house, man. Absolutely. Just buying one cover each, but I won the 1 per store. Yeah, that was a sick get on that 1 per store in that mystery box, dude. That's the 1 in 1,000 and the 1 per store are the only covers that I didn't get. Obviously, the 1 in 1,000 was too pricey at the time and probably still is. Haven't checked that in a while. But then the 1 per store started creeping up. And the 1 per store variant showed up at my LCS as damaged. And they're like, hey, we're going to try to return it and get your replacement. Well, it's not a guarantee that they're going to be able to get replacements, and they weren't able to get that one replaced. So I did miss out on that one, but that's all right. Try to buy that on the downward trend, see if that one drops. We'll see what happens. Blood, no blood. There is, the different prison covers. Ross Ritchie, no Ross Ritchie. Oh boy. Boom, watching Andy's vids every time Brzrkr comes out. Got him. Yes, you are not wrong there. I got the Jenny Frison 1 in 25. Yes. Which one? Weren't there two? I don't know. I got them all. I got them all exactly. Impressive stack of books. Is it really impressive? Because at this point, it's becoming a chore to get through that many books, bagging and boarding them. I did get to read everything but 2, if I remember correctly, if my math was right. So that was a good plus. But now I have probably, I don't even know, 30 books to process in the collection. There's 4 short boxes full of books back here waiting to be processed into the collection. And now I just added another 30 books. So that's kind of like, holy moly. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you, Big Herm. Good to see you, man. Check out Big Herm's shows over there on his channel. There's a good time just waiting for you to catch the replay or catch him going live about twice a week now, if I remember correctly. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. They need to splice the show bits and the fast bits, the slow bits. Yes, makes no sense. Michael Bay you through 3/4 of the book and then, yes. Okay, that's a great point. Ricky Markstadt, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Paul Dunn says, check Insta for the reference on the Ross Ritchie, no Ritchie comment. I definitely will. Quick recap, and then we'll go over the announcements again one more time, and this is going to be a quick recap. Star Wars, issue 14, War of the Bounty Hunters. Glad I read it. Glad I have it for the collection. Didn't blow my pants off. Didn't blow my socks off. Fortnite variant cover for the Coworker going in tomorrow. I should set that far to the side. Resistance Uprising 3 of 6 hitting the reading pile until I can get caught up and finish reading volume 1. High Republic Adventures number 5 hitting the reading pile for this weekend. Walking Dead Deluxe number 17. I'll say it every time. Every other week when this comes out, being able to relive this series issue to issue in full color is phenomenal. I'm really enjoying it. And we're going to start getting into some spicy bits. We get to see another side of Rick Grimes in this issue. That's pretty nuts. Time Before Time, issue 2. I'm glad I'm on it. Glad I'm reading it. But issue 3 better either change the pacing, or I don't want to feel like when I'm reading this, it's like a metronome, especially with time travel. Here. So there's no like build-up. There's no real build-up. It's like you're here 1 second, and then the next page, bam, you're in this year. Hopefully, issue 3 will pick up the pacing or change the pacing a little bit. I want to be excited. I was excited when this came out. I'm excited to see where this is going to go. I think it has a lot of potential. And let's see how it goes into issue 3 and issue 4. Stillwater number 8. Definitely a series I'm going to stick with. I think Chip Zdarsky is going to do great things with this run or this series. I got to go back and reread issue 7 though. And I feel like there's a little bit of a gap between issue 7 and issue 8 there for me that I'm not quite grasping or getting, but you get not a passing of the torch, but you get some fighting over the torch, so to speak. And that was pretty interesting. Radiant Black issue 5. Glad I grabbed it. Glad I'm reading this. It's technically not on my pull list. I just grab it every time I see it on the shelf. And I think Cosmic Campfire there was actually saying that this hasn't been that great for him. I'm pleasantly surprised or pleasantly enjoying this series. I don't think it's going to, I don't know. Either way, if something does happen with this and it does get big, issue 5 is going to be a key issue with some first appearances in there. Alien 4, I'm dropping Alien. I'm just not going to spend any more time on that. Done. And then the other Fortnite books for the Coworker, adding those to the pile to bring to work with me tomorrow. And then I'm not even going to go over all of the Brzrkr covers except for the one that I was after and that really matters was this 1 in 250 Frison foil. Is absolutely stunning, and this is going to look killer in a slab. These bags that I use don't do this justice. I don't want to pull it out and get fingerprints on it, though. It is going to get clean just in case there's a bunch of fingerprints on there. But that's my cover of the week. I don't quite have a read of the week. My spec play of the week is wait and buy these Brzrkr books on the downward trend if you're looking to complete a collection. I'm lucky enough that I can get them for really, really fair prices at my LCS. Well under the eBay prices. So that's why I'm continuing to grab them. It's a convenience factor for me too. If I have them pre-ordered and pre-pulled and in my box, and all I got to do is pick them up every Wednesday, I enjoy that convenience. That way I don't have to hunt them down later. But if you're a Brzrkr fan or you're interested in collecting Brzrkr, wait and buy on the downward trend. There will be a big downward trend. Look at the third print of issue number 1, that gold foil. That one's probably half of what it was a month or two ago when it first came out. Half. So there is definitely going to be a downward trend with Brzrkr books. Look for that. Pay attention. Then buy those books and pick those up when you're ready to at what you would consider would be the lowest downward point of that, if there is. We'll see what this is going to happen with it. I don't know. It's going to be a hard, tough one to follow because the people involved with making this book, they aren't making this book just to make a comic book. There's a grand scheme behind the scheme. I don't know about scheme. There's a grand plan behind Brzrkr, well beyond just a comic book, right? They've got a plan for this. There has to be. You don't get somebody like Keanu Reeves involved or have him be involved on something and just end it after 12 issues and be done. Nope, that's just not how they're going to do it. There's got to be something happening with this down the road. I'm not going to speculate too hard on what exactly, but I would be stunned if we don't see something Brzrkr related on the screen somewhere at some point in the future. But yes, that's the quick recap. I will hit up this chat here after the announcements before we make our way out. What's up, Nerd Being Geeks? Thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping in, man. So like I said, do big announcements. Tune in this Friday on the Whatnot app. If you like just watching auctions and just hanging out and talking on them, that's what this is. And you can buy the books in the auctions if you so choose so. Take the best parts of the eBay auctions, take the best parts of eBay, take the best parts of like the Facebook marketplace, get rid of all the bad stuff, wheel them all together. You've got the Whatnot app. It is very convenient. It is a lot of fun. It's just fun time watching the card breaks and the auctions to see where they plan out and see where they pay or see where they end or see how things play out. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm excited to try that out, and I'm excited to bring a lot of great raw books and slabs that I think other people will be interested in adding to their collection that don't quite have that last final place in my long-term PC collection, personal collection. So that, and then the journey to 1,000 subscribers is coming. Make sure you got the notification bell turned on for when that video drops, because when it drops, it'll just be a quick 5 or 6 minute video. It might get a little bit lost in the whole Comic Man Andy YouTube page there because there's a lot of other content going on. I'll probably just put it as a header at the very front so people don't miss it, or the very video at the top. It'll be a quick 5 to 10 minute video. Knowing me, as much as I rambled 45 minutes almost now, it'll probably be a 15-minute video. It'll be something easy. You'll show up here. Here's the rules or whatever. Here's what we're giving away. Do a preview, and it'll be one of those ones where comment down below to be entered. And then when the channel reaches that 1,000 mark, then we'll do the big community hangout live stream to give away those slabs. So that's going to be really exciting. That's going to be a good time. Mastodon, man, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Couple of last comments before we close out here. Brzrkr the comic is a lost leader. They want an audience to turn out and turn up when the show movie drops so they don't get the Jupiter's Legacy treatment. Interesting. The only thing that I would debate with you on there is such a massive, massive fan base of Keanu Reeves, much more so than any of the actors in Jupiter's Legacy, that any Keanu Reeves movie that you put out, as long as it's written fairly well, it's going to do well. So I think Brzrkr, where it's at and then leading into something on screen, I think that's kind of one of those things that they would have to screw the pooch really bad for it to not go well. You know what I mean? It's Keanu Reeves in a role that honestly is not too dissimilar to some of his other roles, but those roles have all done very well on screen, and he has the massive fan base for it. I'm a big Keanu Reeves fan. I'm not a big Keanu Reeves collector, but I really enjoy a lot of his movies. I digress. We'll see what happens with that. If you put all those foil books in Mylar bags to become nuclear pop, oh my God. We have to try that, Goat. I am going to order Mylar bags and boards just to put my foils in. And then we'll do just a foil stream. Oh my, wow. We've got to do that, Goat. We've got to do that. That would be stunning. Bling, 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 bling. Bring your sunglasses. Oh, my eyes are burning. That would be a blast. I got to try that. I'm going to hit up Carson on IG and find out where he gets his Mylar stuff because I love his Mylar game. It's good too. The Legend, I think the Carson and the Great Legend do the same kind of Mylar game for their books. Oh, that's a really good idea. That'd be a lot of fun, man. Isn't it going to be an animated series? I've heard animated series, which is why I'd say on screen, because I've heard more potential for the animated series, but who knows? They could lead to other things. I would much rather see this as a movie personally than an animated series, but that's just me. That's just me. Oh well. His involvement is what drew me to the title. It is what drew me to the title as well. I mean, the fact that it's Boom Studios, the fact that it's Keanu Reeves, and what's supposed to be a bloody gore fest of an action ride, man, that's what drew me to it, to check it out. And hopefully it's going to be one of those titles where I hope things get built up and amped and rolling really, really well, because the problem is it's 12 issues. But if this is going to be, if I'm going to be buying a stack of books like that for one title every time it hits for another 9 issues, I'm not going to be a happy camper about that, because, and the reason why I have trouble letting go of Brzrkr is because look at Once and Future. When people started tapering off of Once and Future and the print run started going lower and lower and lower, there were some of those books that are much more rare now of the variants because the print run was so low because people stopped buying into it. I still enjoyed Once and Future. I probably several times thought about taking it off the pull list because of the way the story was flowing, and I wasn't. I stuck with it though when other people didn't, and because of that, I've got 3 or 4 of the rarest covers out of that run. So if anything happens with Once and Future, I mean, look at the 8th print of #1 and how much of a skyrocket that book has done for Once and Future. Either way, Gerber is the best Mylar. Good to know, man. Thank you. Because I'm just that guy that I stick with those polyethylene cheap bags because I like the stretch of them as much as I pull the books in and out of the bags. I tried Mylar once and I ripped 2 books over the course of like several months. And I'm like, okay, I got to get away from this. So Mylar bags are definitely not for books that I'm going to be reading on a regular basis by any means. So long-term storage, but I did it as well. Not I'm set for a while. Okay. Saying both a movie and an animated series in production. Okay. Isn't it both? Yep. Okay. Yep. Order Mylars in bulk directly from Gerber. Okay, that's a great advice, man. I will look into that. I don't know if I'm going to order bulk. I might try a package or 2 out first. We'll see what happens. With fullbacks, he says. Okay. Good to hear. Good to know. But that's Wednesday, New Comic Book Day. I almost said Monday. Let's not redo Monday at all. But that's New Comic Book Day. Thank you to the 23, 24 people hanging out. I'm really digging this. I'm really digging all the people coming and hanging out and talking about New Comic Book Day and really recharging my comic collecting batteries, because my batteries got worn down pretty hard standing in the LCS, holding that giant stack of books and watching that register go up. Buy what you love and you'll love what you buy. At the end of the day, I do love the books that I purchased, but I am going to continue to question my purchase habits, my purchasing for comic books, because of the simple fact that I don't want to get to the point where I'm comic rich, money poor situation where I have all these books and I don't know what to do with them. I just don't want to get to that point, and I don't want to be. I'm overbuying right now. I really am for what I want to do for my collecting goals for 2021. One of my biggest collecting goals for 2021 was to cut down on my New Comic Book Day pulls. I have done the exact opposite. Absolutely, I think I cut back for like a month or 2, and now here we are about halfway through the year, and I have tripled what I'm buying on New Comic Book Day. There's something wrong with that. So I'm gonna have to look into that and just come up with some sort of a, not necessarily a budget, but some guidelines or some rules that I got to follow. So once again, I see a few more people jumping in. We'll say hi to everybody really quick. Black Sheep Comic Collector, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Happy New Comic Book Day. We are just finishing out the show, about ready to close this out right now. Also, I love your sweater, dude. Yes, let me pull that to the side. Do not give in to the war within. End veteran suicide from the Tel Valhalla Project. Every clothing or item that you buy from them, a large donation goes towards helping fight to end veteran suicide. So that's a good cause that I like to support. I have 6. You guys see me wearing a lot of the same shirt on a regular basis. I have 6 or 7 of them, and I've got a couple of these hoodies, so I rotate them out. Extremely comfortable. I love to support that cause. Comic Rich is the best Rich, though. BJ, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. If you guys look for more great content, BJ Kicks is killing it. BJ Kicks is killing it with great content. Don't forget to sub him up, check him out, and support him. Awesome guy with awesome shows. Thanks for being here, man. Burke family, 54. Hashtag stay nasty. Good to see you, man. Comic Man Eddie, how you living? I am living. What? Catch the rewind, man. I had like more than 2 stacks like this. There's another 10, 15 books back here. Like, no joke. This was a crazy new comic book day. Like, I walked out of the shop hauling that. And that is not what I want to do every week, but I digress. Thanks for being here, man. Good to see you. Catch you later, Comic Canadian Corner. Thanks for being here. We're wrapping up the show right now. We are 3 away from 900. Like I said, that journey to 1,000 will have the big Slabaganza giveaway happening. And it's very cool. I can't wait to drop that video. I was there at 5 books on my pull list, and that's it. That's very manageable. That is very manageable. I have now spent an hour talking about all these books. I love long form content like live streams like this because I get to see so many more people filtering in and out that I haven't had a chance to hang out and talk with in a while. But it's taken this long to get through all those books and then do everything I wanted to do and talk with everybody hanging out. But yes, tried to stick to $50 per week. I tripled that because of all the static variants today. I was standing right in front of the static books as well. Just like I was talking to Don Davis earlier, and I looked and I wanted to grab them. Then I was like, nope, that just kind of hit that instant cut right there in the moment, just because how many other books I already had. And I'm probably going to regret not picking up static. It's just I have not been buying a lot of DC. I'm probably going to regret that, though. I'm sure you got like 10 covers for Brzrkr 3. We got all of them. I didn't miss any of them this week from the LCS, including the cover that I was really after this week was that 1 in 250 Jenny Frizen foil. Absolutely astonishing. I cannot wait to see that slabbed up, hanging on a wall back here. That's going to be absolutely amazing. Slabaganza giveaway is coming. Slabaganza giveaway is coming. The Slabaganza giveaway is coming. That's going to be a fun time. I cannot wait to run that live stream. That's going to be so many people are going to be hanging out. I'm really looking forward to. I spent time on other channels with their big celebrations and giveaway situations, and they're always a ton of fun. So I can't wait to host one here coming up soon. It's going to be a blast. All right, absolutely. Thank you everybody for this Wednesday, new comic book day. This connective tissue that we call comic books is amazing, right? And we all get together and we talk about them and we enjoy it every week, whether it's unboxing them and buying mystery boxes or checking out hot 10 lists or just new comic book day stuff. This connective tissue that is comic books is amazing. But the most amazing part every week are all of you who come in here, sit down, show up, and talk comic books. And we all filter throughout the channels, and we've made this giant community is just keeps getting better and better. Everybody always brings something a little bit different. And there's so much great diversity and great different thought processes and different enjoyment in comic books. It's a ton of fun because what does that do for us? That allows us to grow and expand in our own collections, in our own reading habits, and what we learn and what we know. And that's how we grow, right? So thank you, everybody, for hanging out once again. Yes. You know how I'm going to end it, right? We go peace out. We go pinkies out. I'm going to catch you all on the flip side for the next video. And remember, the most important part, all day, every week, live it, cue it up.
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.
Excuse me while I change. The roller boogie has made me sweaty. Yeah, sweaty.
I love gold.
I have a package for you.
I love gold.